On September 26, 1983, the Soviet Union detected an American nuclear attack. 5 intercontinental ballistic missiles, launched and inbound. The protocol was clear: report the strike, but the officer on duty did something unexpected. He hesitated. This wasn't a random moment in the Cold War. Just 3 weeks earlier, the Soviet military had shot down a Korean passenger jet, killing 269 people, including an American congressman. NATO had been conducting a series of military exercises throughout 1983 that Moscow increasingly feared were a cover for a real attack. Tensions were not just high, they were explosive. And in a secret bunker near Moscow, a lieutenant colonel named Stanislav Petrov was overseeing a brand new early warning system designed to detect American missile launches. The system was called OCO. It relied on satellites, and it had never been tested in real war conditions. Just after midnight, the silence inside the bunker shattered. Sirens, flashing red screens. One word appeared: launch. An American Minuteman missile had been detected rising from U.S. soil, then another, then another. 5 missiles in total. The computer classified it with the highest level of confidence. This was not labeled as a possibility, it was labeled as a certainty. Petrov had minutes to act. If he reported the launch, the Soviet leadership would assume a first strike was underway. Retaliation would begin. There would be no undoing it. Everything in the room was telling him the same thing: this is real. The system was designed by the best Soviet engineers. The protocol was unquestionable. But something didn't feel right. If the United States were launching a first strike, why only 5 missiles? A real first strike would involve hundreds, thousands. 5 missiles made no strategic sense. And there was another problem. Ground radar had not yet confirmed the launch. The satellites said yes. The Earth-based systems said nothing. Petrov made a decision that went against protocol. He reported it as a false alarm. He had no proof, only intuition and logic. Now came the longest minutes of his life. If he was wrong, nuclear war was already in motion. If he were right, nothing would happen. They waited. No explosions, no radar confirmation, no incoming warheads. There was no nuclear threat. Later investigations revealed the truth. The satellite system had misinterpreted sunlight reflecting off high-altitude clouds as missile launches. A rare alignment, a design flaw, a glitch in a machine built to detect an apocalypse. The system failed, and the only thing standing between that failure and nuclear war was one man's judgment. Stanislav Petrov was not celebrated. He was not promoted. In fact, he was reprimanded for improperly filing paperwork during the incident. The event was classified. The world didn't learn about it until the 1990s. The Cold War didn't end that night. No treaties were signed, no speeches were made, no monuments were built. Nothing happened. And that is precisely why it matters. Because sometimes history is not shaped by what occurs, but by what almost did. On September 26, 1983, the world continued. Not because a system worked, but because one man questioned it and waited.